Huracan, and as you've seen in the previous video, we did fail to get this thing started, but we did manage to pull the starter off, and a lot of you guys were saying that there is a 50% chance that it is bad, and another half of you guys are saying that the circuit breaker off the negative battery terminal is bad. So we're gonna go ahead and run to the local parts department, get this thing tested, and then we'll go from there. Ooh. Very hard to pull up though.
Yeah, not in the system.
At the local auto zone.
No.
Tough one to find, but hopefully
we can test it.
Oh, we are good. I think it's good. It's just, it may be a little bit loose, but
yeah, but
as long as it spins.
Yeah, we're good, dude. All right, guys, so our starter is 100%. It passed like 5-6 times. Each time it passed, so we are good to go. Our starter is actually good, so let's go throw this back on that Lambo and try to get that thing started. All right, so we are back, so we're probably gonna go ahead and throw this thing back in and everything else that we need to get this thing started, other than trying to find out what's keeping this thing from starting. So the main thing is throwing this thing back on first things first, and then locating that circuit breaker and see if we can bypass the system and get this thing running. So
straight pipes, man.
I mean, we're definitely gonna start it without
the exhaust, the muffler, if you will.
Yeah, the muffler, not the exhaust, whatever, that big canister. So it's gonna sound aggressive if we do start it. So I'm excited. Let's throw this thing on, and hopefully, I mean, it's gonna be quick for you guys, but for us, it's gonna be a lot of little wiggling and try to get this thing back all the way up in there, but not too hard. We got everything apart, even this oil sump right here. We got it just
good thing we didn't have to drain any oil. That way we don't have to fool with that.
Yeah, I thought it was just all hard metal lines, so I was like, dang, we're gonna have to drain the oil. But actually at the end of both of these lines, there's actually a rubber hose, so it's able to move without bending or damaging anything. So let's go ahead and throw this thing back on. So guys, we just installed everything that we need to get this thing started. We're gonna leave that exhaust off because we're probably gonna do an aftermarket exhaust for sure, guys, you know us. But for now, we're gonna go back up to the front of the car and see if we can try to bypass that system to get this thing running. As you can see, this little plug, what you would call it, goes right into the system. And I'm thinking that this little piece went bad. I don't know for 100%. But what I am planning on doing is getting these two wires and actually shoving them in here and grounding the system out, because it looks like it all goes to ground. There's probably just a little trigger there that triggers when this car's in the accident and probably doesn't give that starter to enough juice to actually kick over. So hopefully this doesn't mess anything up, fingers crossed. But I mean, we're just gonna have to send it, man, because we want to start this thing. And we actually looked that piece up. It's like $400 and they're gonna have to import it. So we don't have like a month to wait. We're gonna try to get a used one, but it's really hard to find a used one because most of the used ones come off of wrecked Lambos, and if it's wrecked, that means it's done. So I don't see why even people sell them if they're coming off of a used Lambo. So let's go ahead and try to bypass the system. Hopefully don't burn anything up and get this thing started.
All right, so one of these wires is actually a hot wire, because when we were touching it to the ground or the negative side of this battery, it was actually sparking. So